Hi, my love, beautiful souls of Mystic Souls 11. I'm back to the truth, bringing darkness to light. Okay, you can tell that so my walking. A couple of days ago, I went on a walk, and it was really hard for me to get the message out because it was really exhausting. I had to push myself to get out and actually do the walk and exercise and walk up a hill. But I did it, okay? I made it through. It means I was persistent. I was not going to give up. And this message for you guys is not to give up, okay? Do not give up. The enemy wants you to stop doing what you're doing. The enemy wants you to give up. The enemy wants you not to be successful. And if you choose to give up, that's how the enemy wins, okay? And you are stronger than the enemy. You will get through these battles, okay? You are so strong and resilient that they cannot break you, okay? I just keep hearing you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. And somebody really wants to be like, I want to give up. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done with the spiritual journey. I'm done with this spiritual work. I'm done with the shadow work. I'm done with these people. I'm done with myself. I'm done with everything. Okay, I'm just like, you're just over it. I'm hearing you're over it. But that's the enemy, okay? That's Satan. Satan is the one that makes you want to give up, not God. Those words are not from God. Those words are from Satan, okay? God gives you loving messages, gives you loving words. Satan brings you down. Satan brings in those negative mindsets, okay? Not God. God does not want you to give up. God loves you. God says you're strong, resilient, powerful, brilliant, smart. He loves you. Love yourself. Okay, love yourself. Stop worrying about all the extra stuff. Okay, I'm here to get rid of noise, get rid of people, okay? I did put a reading out on YouTube talking about, it actually hasn't uploaded yet, talking about how you're going to be in a spiritual lockdown, okay? God's calling us to be in a spiritual lockdown, okay? It's going to be different time for everybody, okay? Different times for everybody. Some may be a spiritual lockdown 2-3 days. Some may be 2 to 5 days. It's not going to be on the exact same day for everybody, okay? Sometimes when you see these lockdowns, you're like, oh, it's going to happen for all of us at once. No, because it's a spiritual lockdown. And when God calls you to do the spiritual lockdown, it's going to be like spiritual boot camp, is where you need to walk away from all the noise, all the distractions, and go into isolation, hermit, for 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Maybe longer, maybe, I'm here minimum 2 days at least, okay? Minimum 2 days. I actually now just heard minimum 3 days, so it's going to be at least 3 days, okay, of this spiritual boot camp, this spiritual lockdown. And this is where you're going to go down some rabbit holes. You're going to have some epiphanies, some aha moments, some breakthroughs. You're going to find your power. You're going to get the answers you're looking for because you're going to be sitting and listening to what God has to tell you, okay? And the enemy is not going to be able to attack you like the enemy would if you were out and about around all these people, okay? Distractions. So if you're feeling called to stay in your house and not set, because I'm hearing, do not make no appointments during this time. Don't schedule anything. Don't let people come over. If you have a child or family members, you're going to need a little bit more time by yourself. Like there's different things for different people, okay? Everyone's going to be different, okay? Because everyone's on their journey, or everyone's on a different part of their journey, okay? At different times, different seasons. Okay, so for me, if I'm being called to go on a spiritual lockdown, I have a husband and I have a daughter, 4-year-old and a 17-year-old, and my stepfather in my house. That means that I'm not going to make any appointments for any of them. I'm not going to leave. I'm going to go in. I'm going to do my own thing. Okay, I'm going to try to rest as much as possible. I'll probably still have to do stuff with my 4-year-old because, you know, she's a 4-year-old. Or I'm going to have the obligations handed off to my husband or my 17-year-old, my stepfather, to do those things with her, okay? If there's something that needs to come up, okay? Because I am hearing when you're in the spiritual lockdown, there is going to be some kind of distractions trying to pull you away, trying to pull you to make appointments, pull you to go do something, okay? That something like emergency may come up, okay? You have other obligation, or you can, what's the word? Not obligations, where you have the other person help you out, okay? And then maybe that person will be called into a spiritual lockdown too. Maybe it'll be your whole family, okay? Maybe it'll be your whole family that's in the spiritual lockdown, okay, at the same time. And this could be even where someone, okay, I don't want to say this in a bad way, but getting sick, having the flu, getting the COVID, you know what I mean? Those little things that may make you where your family are all sick and you just stay home. Okay, you need to rest, rejuvenate, heal, so you can listen to what God has for you, okay? The Word of God. So the enemy cannot attack you like they would if you were in the community. Some of you guys, I'm hearing you guys are afraid, okay? Do not be afraid. Don't be afraid of what God has for you. Do not be afraid, okay? Faith over fear. I'm going to pause it because of a lot more. Okay, right there, that is one of the spiritual distractions, okay? That's one of the things that enemy is. When I was doing this message and all of a sudden there's a lawnmower, okay, going by. Okay, so that's why God is calling you to go into this lockdown, because you need to get away from those distractions, okay? I am hearing that if you're in the spiritual lockdown, you may start hearing noises, okay? Like people, if you live in the city, you may start hearing people starting the lawnmower up early in the morning, or people driving by and honking the horn, okay, doing all these weird things, but they're going to try to get you off your journey, okay, off this spiritual lockdown, off this time with God, okay? Because this is the time that you're going to connect with God and your higher self and your ancestor spirit team. That sounds, I actually had glasses today. Okay, so you may hear the lawnmower again, you guys. All of a sudden there's a fucking another lawnmower, one going that way and one going that way. 2 lawnmowers going at once. It's like, are you kidding me right now? But what I was saying is faith over fear, okay? Because the enemy wants you to panic. The enemy wants to cause chaos in your life, okay? During this time, do not live in fear, okay? Faith over fear. Faith over fear. Believing that the Most High is going to protect you. Believing the Most High is going to help you through this situation. Because this spiritual lockdown is going to be so you're able to shift into a new timeline and also have a spiritual upgrade, okay? Leveling up. And so you have to get away from these distractions. You have to get away from these entities, because these entities could smell it. They could smell it. They could smell when you're going to upgrade. They could smell when you're going to level up. They could smell when you're going to have success and abundance. It's like fucking, they're flies, okay? Flies are nuisance. They're annoying. They're irritating. And flies like sweat. They like smell. They like it, you know what I mean? And so these enemies, these entities, they could smell it, okay? They could smell when you're going to level up. They could smell when your abundance is successful, when money's coming in, okay? You're being called. You're being called to step in your power. You're being called to deliver the message. Okay, so some people would probably be like, okay, might as well just start this whole video over. I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to start something over and redo it all over, okay? I am me. I'm authentic. I'm true to myself. So if it's not a perfect message, it's not a perfect message. Nothing's perfect, okay? I'm not going to go over here and try to record this 10 times just to get this message perfect, okay? Just to get the lawnmower out, okay? I'm not going to do that, okay? That just takes another time away. It's over, okay? So maybe that's something too, okay? If you feel like somebody about perfection, it's not about perfection, you guys, okay? You do not need to be perfect, okay? You don't have to be perfect. And maybe this spiritual lockdown is going to show you that you don't need to be perfect, that go with the flow, okay? Go with the flow. Stop wasting time. Because honestly, if I just deleted this video and started over, I just wasted 7 minutes, okay? 7 minutes of my time that just recorded a video and then have to do it all over again, okay? You don't have to do that, okay? Because I'm literally seeing somebody having to keep recording over and over and over. Like you get 5 minutes in, 7 minutes in, 10 minutes, 9 minutes in, and then all of a sudden you start all over because something keeps distracting you. Just, if you edit it out, if you want, if you can try to edit it out, you can. If not, just go with the flow. Let it happen, okay? Because if you're guided, like, who's ever going to see this message is guided, okay, to see it. Everything happens for a reason, okay? So if it only has 200 views, it has 10,000, if it has 1 million views, it's going to be seen when it's meant to be seen, okay? Just like you, when your message. So don't do it over. You don't have to have perfection, because there's that lawnmower again, okay? Most people are like, oh, nope, I can't do this because the lawnmower's in there, okay? That's how I used to be. I'm not going to fucking do this video all over because of lawnmower. I'm not. And if you don't like the lawnmower in there, or you don't like how it was distraction or the message all over the place, then just don't watch the video. I love you guys. Get ready. The spiritual lockdown, the spiritual boot camp is about to happen, because you're leveling up. You're about to, your intuition's going to get better. Okay? Hi.